A tense situation unfolds in Gaza as the Red Cross steps in to retrieve the body of a deceased hostage, igniting a complex web of political and humanitarian concerns. The story unveiled. Israel's military has announced that the Red Cross has taken possession of a coffin containing the remains of a hostage in the southern Gaza Strip. This coffin is now en route to the Israel Defense Forces IDF within the territory. The IDF, in a post on X, urged the public to exercise sensitivity and patience, emphasizing the need to await official identification, which will be communicated first to the families of the deceased. This development follows Hamas's earlier statement that it would hand over the body of an Israeli hostage on Friday. Hamas has already returned the bodies of 9 out of the 28 dead hostages in Gaza, and has released all 20 living hostages. The ceasefire controversy. Despite the partial return of hostages, there is a growing sense of anger in Israel that Hamas has not fully complied with the terms of last week's ceasefire agreement. However, the US has downplayed the suggestion that this non-compliance constitutes a breach of the deal. In its X posts on Friday, the IDF did not provide further details on the final destination of the hostage's coffin after its transfer by the Red Cross. A small ceremony. A big question. The Times of Israel reported that a small ceremony, led by a military rabbi, would be held in Gaza to honor the deceased. The remains would then be transported to Tel Aviv for identification. Hamas, for its part, has reaffirmed its commitment to the ceasefire, including its pledge to hand over all remaining corpses. However, the Palestinian group has accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of hindering their search efforts by not allowing heavy machinery and diggers into Gaza. Netanyahu, speaking at a memorial for victims of the Hamas-led attack on October 7, 2023, declared his determination to secure the return of all dead hostages still in Gaza. He emphasized that Israel would continue its fight against terrorism with full force. The ceasefire deal and its implications. As part of the U.S. President Donald Trump brokered ceasefire deal, Israel released 250 Palestinian prisoners from its jails and 1,718 detainees from Gaza. When Hamas stated that it was unable to retrieve all the bodies, 2 senior Trump advisors confirmed that preparations for the next phase of the ceasefire deal were ongoing. They asserted that the U.S. government did not believe Hamas had broken the agreement by failing to retrieve more remains, citing the group's good faith in sharing information with interlocutors. While the full text of the agreement between Israel and Hamas remains confidential, a leaked version published in Israeli media suggests that it may have allowed for the possibility that not all bodies would be immediately accessible. The Israeli response. The Israeli military launched a campaign in Gaza in response to the Hamas-led attack, which resulted in the deaths of approximately 1,200 people in southern Israel and the capture of 251 hostages. Since then, Israeli attacks in Gaza have claimed the lives of at least 67,967 people, according to the territory's Hamas-run health ministry, whose figures are considered reliable by the UN. This complex situation raises questions about the interpretation of ceasefire agreements, the role of international organizations like the Red Cross, and the ongoing tensions between Israel and Hamas. What are your thoughts on this evolving narrative? Do you think the ceasefire agreement has been breached? Or is there room for interpretation? Share your insights in the comments below.